And last one, this Greenwich Gooner. God bless this man. He had a bad day yesterday. Hottest girl I've ever seen in my life at Equinox right now. Not exaggerating. And the next one proved one of my rules. And of course, it's the day I look and smell homeless. He couldn't even approach her because he was not prepared. And like I always say, and any player will tell you, always have pride in your appearance. Never leave the house in sweats, flip-flops, dirty hair, and a baseball cap. When you do, you will inevitably, just like this gentleman, find yourself in the presence of a nympho 8-9 who just broke up with her boyfriend, looking for a dick to console her, but unfortunately you look like a hobo. So keep that in mind. Do not walk out looking like shit. Always have a minimum amount of pride in your appearance. That way you don't get caught short. And inevitably, you said, I'm just going to run down. I just got to run. I'm going to jump in the car and drive to Target. And you step into the elevator and one of the best looking women you've ever seen is right there. That's what happens. And you just have to look at your feet because you know you look like shit and you smell like shit and you look like hell. And nothing's going to recover. I've known guys that still, pitch it because they can't say no. But your chances of success are always better if you look the part. So always have pride in your appearance because the chances of you running into that once in a lifetime chick increase when you do stupid shit. And there's a good chance, you might get lucky. So you want to at least have your minimum level of game ready to go, but always have pride in your appearance. And I don't think there's any questions. Bunny reminded me now of what I was talking. I mean, she put it in there, and now I remember what I was talking about on an earlier slide. I'm all over the place. Patrick says, good-looking guys can make most looks work for them. And that's true. I've known guys that could literally wear almost anything and still get away with it and look pretty sharp. Okay, we'll give this a shot. Matt Dempsey asks, and I appreciate you being here, Matt. Question: how would you recommend on how to improve charisma? I heard having major charisma is a superpower. Charisma is learned. Okay, charisma is charm. Game is learned charisma. I was about to start stepping on my dick all of a sudden. Game is charisma. It is learned charisma. To improve that, you improve your game. Does that make sense? I mean, they're one and the same. You're either born with it, which is great. You already got it. But when you improve your game, you improve your charisma. So anything that improves your game, be it your mental acuity, your ability to text girls, your appearance, your physical fitness, and nearly all of this can be improved. And some players have more of one thing than others, because I've seen guys in terrible shape have great charisma. But generally, guys that are having to learn it tend to feel better about themselves if they're in better physical condition. They can think more accurately. They have a clearer head. There's all kinds of benefits. And they look the part. It helps. Again, when you see really, like you might see a chubby guy with a 9, pay attention. The guy's got something going for him. I say the same thing like when I see an older, balding gentleman in his 60s or 70s with a smoke show. I pay attention because he's got something going for him. It ain't just the money. There's money everywhere. There's something, he's doing something that is charismatic. He's got a personality. Because money's everywhere, and money doesn't attract women as much as most people think. But again, you need to watch those guys. When you see somebody, you see an unattractive man with a beautiful wife or girlfriend, pay attention. He's going to do things that show that he has game. Anything game helps. Yes, game. Remember, game itself. The definition of game is learned charisma. Some people are born with charisma. Some of us are all born with a certain amount. But when you learn game, it improves your charisma. And just like Toastmasters works, I've had guys that have trouble like talking. They're like, I can do everything and I know what to do, but I'm not good at like talking to girls. We say, watch comedy shows. And if you have to take improvisational acting, it forces you to think on your feet. And this is one of those things that when I look back, I got lucky. Even though I was playing sports and doing everything, active and like a dude, I also got into acting a bit early on. And we did improvisation where you had to think on your feet in front of an audience and, make up a story or a play, usually humorous. It had to have some kind of humor, kind of like Whose Line Is It Anyways? But basically, high schoolers doing that. And also extemporaneous speaking, where you're given a topic and you have like 10 minutes to do a 5-part speech on it. So you learn how to start thinking on your feet and organizing things in your head as you're in the middle of it. And then I worked at a comedy club for like 2 years in my first 2 years of college. And I didn't realize how much it was helping me until I started like crushing shit tests just because just being around those comedians, even though I was working like security, just being around them and hearing them do their stuff, their acts made me faster. And you start getting around that and you have comebacks and you have one-liners. And I realized like pretty quickly I was able to crush shit tests with women very quickly. So all of these things together, again, help you mentally become faster, because a lot of that is and we always say like watch the comedy shows because it'll give you timing and you get one-liners from them and you hear them work the audience and you also watch their acts. So you get some good jokes. Again, all these things add up. And Toastmasters is good. Anything where you can get used to talking in front of people, either 1 or 100 or 1,000, it doesn't matter. But again, it'll make you faster on your feet. Anything that can help you with mental acuity and responding to questions. That's the deal. And then once you start having a script, that's why I always tell guys to have a system to count. That way they can say, I'm going to do this and do this and this and kind of guide her through the day. But that's what charisma is. And I think we'll probably do a thing on charisma itself or learn charisma specifically over time. Gives you good points, because sometimes guys are jumping in here and they're not sure what this is all about. But I appreciate your question. I hope I answered it to the best of my ability. Again, charisma is game. They are one and the same. Game is learn charisma. And gentlemen, if you guys have a great day, I appreciate you watching at this late hour of 12 o'clock. And I will be back here in theory. And most likely it's 7 a.m. tomorrow morning, Wednesday. And Matt, we will circle back on Saturday and cover your sex question. And I appreciate you guys being here. Have a great day.